Has it been a minute since you last played The Sims 4? So if you're anything like me, you either play for hours on end and just can't stop, it's like you're addicted, or you have these periods where you play for 2 seconds, you jump off, and then you don't get back on the game for like
months.
And unfortunately, my last time that I played The Sims had to be like 6 months ago. They have made some changes. I was like, how do I play this game? How do I play this game? I'm confused. So if you're like me and a little bit confused about what they've updated, what's changed, things you need to know, I'm gonna detail out some of the changes that I think are, you know, pretty important for you to know jumping back into The Sims 4. So let's go ahead and jump into what those changes are. All right, so I have my notes here because I had to write everything down, okay? That's how serious it is. So you remember the notebook? It used to be in your Sim's cell phone device. Well, that's no longer there. It's moved to the bottom left-hand corner. I could literally never find the freaking notebook. So I like that it's kind of more out in the open and right there. In addition to that change, you guys probably know this one already, but they've added the calendar to the base game. So if you didn't know, the calendar is was part of Seasons. So if you got the Seasons expansion pack, then you got the calendar. However, they have now made that officially part of the base game. I don't know really what took them so long there. Well, that's neither here nor there. I don't know what took them so long, but it's in the base game now. So you should see your calendar right next to your notes and your cell phone, right down there in the bottom left-hand corner. All right, so now for the third change. They have made the center lot button up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. So it does exactly what it says it does. It just centers you back onto your lot if you're anywhere else in the world. But that is now in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, guys? Let's move on to the next change. That is the terrain manipulation tool for pawns. Now, this is really cool, I think, especially for people who are builders, because this tool literally allows you to just dig a hole. So for somebody who is a terrible, terrible builder, such as myself, you can dig a hole and you just use the water tool and just fill it up with water. So that's really cool. And also when I was using the tool, I saw there were some new pond colors, watercolors, I guess you could say. So there's a lot of different options that you can choose from there. And honestly, the pond tool is really good. It's really good. In addition to that, you guys will see that you can also fill it with critters and other little decorative items. That I really like, because now you can add like geese, swan, ducks, bugs, a fishing sign, fish to actually fish, logs where turtles can come up onto the logs. You can swim in these ponds. You and your kids Sims can play in these ponds. I mean, it's just really well thought out, and I think that it's a really nice feature that they added into the game. All right, another feature that's pretty cool is that they've added in the ability for your children's Sims to actually interact a little bit more, which is something I know the Sims community has been asking for. I know this is not a solution. However, they can cook and garden, and they can even wear face masks and get their nails painted and stuff. So we can get into some of that later, but yeah, I think it's cool that they can interact. Now, how well this actually works out, I don't know, maybe I did it wrong, but you can see in the clip that I'm playing here, one, they take a really long time pausing in front of the refrigerator. This is for all of your Sim family to cook together. If I'm correct, you can have up to 5 family members cook at one time. A couple of things to note here. I think it depends on what you're cooking, one, because like if you're cooking something simple like a salad, I don't know if everybody can pitch in on a salad. You can kind of see in the video, it's a little weird. Like some people pitch in, some people don't. It was, I don't know. Maybe I did it wrong. Again, if I did do it wrong, you guys let me know in the comments below. But I selected all the Sims in my household. It was just 3 of us in addition to the mom. And we cooked a variety of different meals. And it seemed like I could only get like 2 or 3 of them to cook together max. So I don't know if that's a glitch or if it has to be a different meal that we all cook together. But take that as it will. It's a little glitchy, which is unfortunate from what I can see. So don't love that, but here we are. What's shocking? Are we surprised? Not really. Okay, so gardening, kids can now help with the garden. That's really clutch, especially for you people who love to do the rags to riches challenge and things like that. Like if you have a family, everybody can pitch in now. let's all get to work. Get the kids out in the garden, have them pull up the carrots and the beets, baby. But yeah, have them get into it, have them help the family out with some of the things around the house. So I think that's pretty cool. And that didn't seem as glitchy as the cooking option. So yeah, I guess that worked out pretty well. Now, on to one of my favorite features that they've added into the game. They have something called Zoom delivery service, okay? So this is like our modern day Uber, DoorDash, you know, all of that good stuff. So you can literally have food delivered to your door. I do think that there is another option where you can have groceries delivered to your door, but I think that's a feature that's specifically available to cottage living. So I didn't cover that in this video. I do think that it does exist, but again, I don't have the cottage living expansion pack yet. I do plan to buy it. I just don't have it at the moment. But yeah, so the Zoom delivery service will deliver food. So you can actually order dishes and pre-made food and things like that straight to your doorstep. Love that, because I can't tell you how sick I was of only the option of pizza being the thing that we can get delivered. Like, one of the things I loved, I think it was either The Sims 2 or The Sims 3, having the option to have like Chinese food or pizza. I think you had a couple of different options of food that you can have delivered, but I would like more delivery options. And that really opened it up. So I love that feature, and it worked flawlessly, and you could tip, which was very realistic, and I love those realistic features. So yeah, kudos to The Sims. I love that little feature. That's cool. All right, now let's talk a bit about scenarios. Now, I know most of you are familiar with scenarios. Now, we love them or we hate them. You have two official scenarios. You have the making money scenario. The other official one is finding love after a breakup. So you start going through a breakup, and then the goal is obviously to find love. And so there's different potential outcomes and requirements that you have to follow. So one thing to note is that there are many different outcomes. I don't want to say many, but there are different outcomes that can happen with every time that you play the scenario. So it doesn't always end the same way, I believe. So I guess that's kind of cool. Also, there's a limited time scenario. It's called New Year, New Hustle. I think that they do plan on adding more scenarios as time goes on. But again, I think people are kind of confused as to like, what's the purpose, I guess. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about the scenarios down in the comment section below. But I don't know. I can see why people feel the way that they do about them. Also, if you've made it this far in the video, please give the video a thumbs up. That really helps my channel. I would so appreciate you for doing that, and I appreciate you for making it this far in the video. So let's continue on. The next thing that they added, which I actually like, is neighborhood stories. So these new neighborhood stories allows you to have more interaction with the community that lives around you. Again, this is another thing that the Sims community has been really asking about. Like, we want more storytelling. We want to feel more like fully fleshed out storylines and get immersed into these storylines and these lives that the other Sims live. And so they kind of have, you know, begun to work towards this. So you have new socials that live in the friendly and the mean interactions. Your friends can ask for your opinion. So you'll see it pops up that like somebody will come up, it'll come up in the corner like little notifications do, and they'll ask you something like, what should I do about this? So they can ask your opinions. You can give them your opinion, and you can also receive other people's opinions. And you also have the opportunity to influence. So you'll see on the screen here, I tried to do this twice to see different outcomes. I tried to influence one of the Sims to follow their dream career, and she responded by saying that she doesn't know me well enough to be talking about that with me. I was like, ooh, okay girl, well, excuse the hell out of me, not me just trying to be motivational and positive and you being a negative Nancy. Then we had another Sim that we had a little bit of a higher relationship with. We told him to follow his dream career, which he responded not so greatly. I think it was a negative interaction, honestly, but he was like, hey, basically like, I had a long day, I'm not in the mood to talk about that right now, which it's realistic. I can rock with it. I'm cool with that. I'm not really mad at that, but I do think it's cool that you can interact more often and have more meaningful relationships with the Sims around you. Although, I don't know, this could be one of those things that gets kind of glitchy too, because you know that cell phone, that damn phone in The Sims 4 goes off all day long. The more people you know, the more people call you all day long. It's insane. People be popping up over your house all day, every day. it's a lot. So I could see that these new stories could kind of be like overwhelmingly always in your face. So there is that. So let's jump into some of the more creative sim things. To start, we'll keep on the same track since we're on neighborhood stories right now. We have 2 new aspirations where you can be a neighborhood confidant or a villainous Valentine. So with the neighborhood confidant, you have a reward trait of confident or confidant, where you can, I guess the benefit of this trait is that you avoid boring conversations and you get to know people more easily, obviously because people trust you and trust your opinions. Then you have villainous Valentine, which is basically you trying to ruin everybody's love life in the community, including your own. That's how you get beat up, by the way, but that's neither here nor there. That is the trait. You get the twisted heart trait with that. And so it's just basically the goal is just to destroy people's lives, I guess, just being a hussy, running around town, baby, you know. So that one could be fun to play with for sure. I could see people incorporating that one into a couple of different storylines. All right, in addition to some more new aspirations, there was a big spa day update, which again is another one of the ones I think a lot of people are really familiar with. You have a new aspiration, or 3 new aspirations of self-care specialist, inner peace, and Zen guru. There is a new trait, it's the high maintenance trait. Also to the base game that came with this pack, this is an update for the base game, so everybody should have this, is the ability to get nice little fingernails. Speaking of, baby, I need mine done. But yeah, you and your children can have fingernails, and I think that's pretty cool. Your children's sim can have fingernails. Goodness gracious, I keep saying your children. I guess they are like our children. They can have fingernails, and also kids can wear face masks now. So that is the full update, guys. That's everything, or some of the things that I thought were really important for you guys to know jumping back into the game. Some of this depends on what pack you have, obviously, but they are pretty cool updates, and hopefully this video has helped you jump back in and you're like, okay, I know what to do now, because I was confused. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, join the community. We do lives every Mondays and Wednesdays and play The Sims. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of laughs, so I invite you guys to one of those lives. Catch it when you can, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.